What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Well, here we are. 1 week away from live sports. It's the final countdown. A lot of interesting stuff is happening this week. And in terms of the NBA, it's time for some scrimmages. From the 23rd to the 28th, we will be getting scrimmages with all 22 teams. So it's the final countdown for that. It will all lead up to what's going to happen on the 30th, the first day of live sports. Plenty of games will be happening on the 30th. There's a lot of games we want to see. There's a lot of great matchups we want to see. And I know the number one matchup everyone's wanting to see is Lakers-Clippers Part 3. I'm Team Clippers, so obviously I'm going to go with the Clippers in that game. But we just want to see if this is going to happen because a lot of people for the last few months have definitely been talking about there's no way basketball's coming back. We're not getting live sports anymore. There's no way the NBA is coming back. Well, technically we have live sports. If you watch soccer, you know soccer's going on. There's a lot of other sports going on, but you know, American sports, even though basketball is international, but the NBA and the NFL is where most people in this country focus on. So you know how it is. But yeah, we've been wanting to get basketball back for the longest, same for football, and people have been saying for months, there's no way basketball's coming back. There's no way the NBA is coming back. They're not going to play. Then they proposed this huge NBA bubble, and they set out all the protocols for it, and now players are inside. They're being tested, being monitored, making sure they're safe. As long as they follow the rules, everything will be all right. But there's still people, despite all these protocols and safety measures they've made, there's people who still believe the NBA will not play any games this season. And even if they do, they'll probably play a few games, get into the first round of the playoffs, and it'll be a wrap because something's going to happen. So that's how people feel. So let's see how the situation goes. But for one thing's for sure, we will be getting live sports on the 30th. We will. Unless anything bad happens, which I don't believe will be. So expect sports coming up. This week is just going to be scrimmages, but we're finally going to get to see some level of NBA basketball. So can't wait for that. And in terms of the NFL, training camp starts this week. Starting tomorrow, the rookies are expected to report to training camp. By the 23rd, the quarterbacks and injured players are expected to attend training camp. And by the 28th, all players are expected to report to training camp. So by the 28th, everybody should be at training camp, getting started and preparing for this upcoming season. Now, we have an issue though. A lot of players have been speaking out about this recently, and it has to deal with the lack of safety protocols that the NFL has set for this whole situation. How are they going to deal with the pandemic right now? How are they going to deal with this situation? We already saw how the NBA was able to deal with it by putting all their guys in a bubble. The NFL can't do that. So what are the safety protocols? What are they going to do? A lot of players have been speaking out on that because there is no safety protocols for the NFL right now. So it's up to Roger Goodell. He's got to listen to his players, and Roger Goodell and the NFL have got to make the right moves and to set some sort of safety protocols that is good enough for these players to be able to come back. Because a lot of our guys are talking out. You know, we heard Patrick Mahomes talk about that. We heard Russell Wilson talk about that. A lot of people are coming out talking about these lack of safety protocols and how they don't feel safe going back to training camp without some sort of safety measure. So Roger Goodell, he's got to get it done. If Adam Silver can get it done for his players, you got to be able to get it done here, man. Because Adam Silver, they came up with this whole bubble idea, and right now is doing wonders for them, and they might actually be able to get some legit live sports. We will see if it works out, but so far, it seems to be going great. Roger Goodell, you got to figure this situation out, man. You in the NFL, you got to figure this situation out and come up with some safety protocols that is safe enough for these players to want to go back. And I know us as fans, we just want to see live sports, so I've seen a lot of people like, man, what are you complaining about? You get to play a sport for a job. Just go out there and play it. Who cares if you get to? You're an athlete. You'll be fine. You can't think with that sort of mentality. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people have families that they got to go back to. And you've got to remember, even if they get infected and they don't feel the effects, they could possibly affect somebody else. And like in Russell Wilson's case, you know, his wife Sierra is pregnant. He may not be getting any effects of that virus if he was to get it, but if he was to go home to Sierra, she may get it. You don't know what that could cause because she's pregnant. You don't know what that can cause. It's just a safety measure. They got to figure this whole situation out. It's definitely tough, but hopefully the NFL does get it done. But yeah, basically, we're going to be keeping up with the events that happen this week for both the NBA and the NFL. It should be interesting. It should be fun. I hope we get to get some clips. I know we're definitely going to get some clips. Right now, in terms of the NBA, I've been watching a lot of vlogs from some of the players inside the bubble. Obviously, number one, in my opinion, JaVale McGee. He is making it is funny, bro. JaVale McGee's vlogs about him in the bubble with the Lakers, it's the funniest. You got to watch it. I love it. I'm enjoying watching all these players put out these videos of how they're living their lives in the bubble. It's funny. It's funny and it's entertaining. I hope they continue to do that, especially during these scrimmages. I want to see live sports in any way possible, so hopefully we'll get to see that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here. We will see how the events of this week will go. This is a very crucial week for the NBA, and this is the early stages for the NFL. We'll see what happens, but we gotta monitor both these situations. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here. Peace!